I think that we're living in a great time, and I think that Hashem is the greatest of all time, really. And he helps us follow in the ways of the forefathers and mothers. And we have also amazing soldiers. We all got to be soldiers out there. Wherever we are, we have to put on the IDF uniform. We have to know that we're in the fight right now. And then there are those that are actually doing the physical fight. Now, my next guest is a young man whose family moved to the land of Israel, and they're just awesome folks that made their way from Chicago, I think, to the land of Israel. And it's not surprising that their strong son, Mendel Vile, really wanted to be in a top unit in the army, and he did indeed get the great honor of going to one of the top units in the Israeli army. And in Israel, that's like a big thing, which is like to get into a great unit. But being in a unit is not just like sitting at a desk at Harvard. It means that you actually go to battle for Israel. And when October 7th came, Mendel Vile went to battle and was very close to losing his life. We're going to hear about his story all the way from him, Aliyah, to being a super soldier, to being hurt, and to getting back on track. Let's see if we can bring Mendel onto the show. Hold on one second. Mendel, can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you great, actually. Wow. Sheesh.
No, it's the iPhone 15 Pro Max. We're good.
It does the work. It does the work. No, you got to have the right tool for the right job, bro. You're right. You're
100%.
right. The iPhone, yeah. I was like, this looks really good. Mendel, yeah. I could see that you are looking really good. But let's talk a little. Let me get to the screen share for a second. Yeah, look at this dude. Look at this dude. This is a tough dude. You look a lot like your dad, but you're a tough dude.
Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
Tell me the story of how you came to the land of Israel. What drove you to try to be in the army? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, it all started from, I grew up in Chicago, West Rogers Park. And my family, my dad, everything was amazing. We just finished our audition in Chicago in our house. Everything was great, very successful. And pretty much my parents got to a point where they realized it's now or never, moving to the Holy Land, moving to the land of the Jews, and they realized it's now, and they're going to go for it. And that's what they did. We moved from Chicago, we moved to Gush Etzion, not just anywhere in Israel, but hardcore Gush Etzion, Batayin in Judea. And I mean, it's pretty big difference. I mean, talking about being in Chicago, from posters of Michael Jordan in my room and doing somersaults in the snow of Chicago, to being in a village over here where in 4:00 in the morning you can hear from the other hill, Allahu Akbar from the mosque. Just find the differences. We didn't know the language. Culture is way different. A lot of Americans have difficulty with the Israeli culture. It's tough. But yeah, we moved here, and I mean, Israel's amazing. I've been through, from first grade till 8th grade, I've been through 5 schools. To put Mendel in a chair and to keep my tushy in the chair for a long time, that's very, very, very difficult. So, I'm hyperactive, a lot of energy, and pretty much, fasting forward. I mean,
Wait,
I did
hold on. I have a picture. Yeah. Hold on one second. That's not the picture. This is the picture that I wanted to show, which is, I guess this is you doing a kind of flip off of APC.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is that a tank or is that a Nagmash?
It's a Puma. It's the tank of combat engineering.
Right. Okay. What are you doing there, bro?
Well, I like to do flips. That's one of my passions. So I saw a tank. I mean, what's cooler than doing a flip off of a tank? So.
Did you land on your feet or did you land in the?
Oh, of course.
Because
there's all even if I didn't, I wouldn't show that over here. You already know that.
Yeah. And it's important to know that all that stuff on the ground, that sandy stuff, that's called pudra. That's the stuff that the tanks make when they drive over rocks. They just pulverize everything and turn it into this fine and super annoying sand type thing. And you are doing a flip. Okay, so you got through school somehow, and you made it into the army. Is that right?
Well, as soon as I got to the point where I needed to draft, I mean, think about it. For me, it wasn't even a question because I grew up with parents who sacrificed everything for ideals and for to be Zionist, and eh, I grew up on it. So I got to the point where I needed to join the army, and there was no question about it. And there was no
What
question. Not only am I just going to join the army, but will I actually go into a combat unit, and have a meaningful service. Um, and my goal was to get to the Navy SEALs, Shayat Shlosa, Navy SEALs of Israel. It didn't happen at the end. God had different plans, but I got to combat engineering, still combat, still serious unit. I mean, let's just say in this war right now in Gaza, what combat engineering has been doing is absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing. I wouldn't ask to be in any other unit.
they're great guys,
And
those guys. My father was a combat engineer also,
yeah,
and I have great respect for them. And everybody knows that the combat engineers is the unit that goes first. That's just the way it is.
yep.
It's the unit that goes ahead of the army, and it's the unit that has the sappers, and it's the unit that lays the bridges. It's the unit that brings the ability for the rest of the army to follow. And there you are with your mates over there with your guys. Who are we seeing in this picture here?
Well, it's two of my boys over there from my unit. This was actually, yeah, we were guarding a checkpoint. Um, taking some pictures here and there. Might as well enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, Isha, I think this is something people a lot of times forget, but I mean, we're 21-year-old guys. Like we're just, we're at this age. We like to have fun. We go out and we get some beers together. We're human beings, and I think with everything going on, sometimes people, from all around the world kind of think that IDF soldiers are some kind of like psychopaths, who want to kill or who want to, and it's so far from that. We're just young guys who were brought into it.
Okay, and let's go through these pictures a little bit more. There you are, and here you are. Where's this picture?
That's in training, actually. We were in the middle of doing some shooting training at our base.
Somewhere down in the Negev. There you are
Yeah.
with your friend again, same guy again.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
What's this?
And that's after we finished our basic training. So you get the sika of the lochem.
You get a fight the fighter's pin
Yeah.
to show that you have passed through a process and now you're a soldier. Oh, whoa, whoa,
There
whoa,
we
whoa,
go.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Here you are. Here you are in this moment, very proudly showing that you're ready to be an IDF fighter. What is
Yeah.
this about, bro?
I didn't expect it either, but I mean, I didn't get to it, but like all our brothers and sisters, after the 7th of October, I too was brought into Gaza to fight, and I was in Gaza for almost a month. We did a lot of work in there. Very proud of the work we've done, as a unit and as myself. We're part of history. It's a zchut, and basically until the 12th of December, that was when I had a serious injury. We were in Jabalia, northern Gaza, and we were on our way to our mission, and pretty much we were going by foot, you know. And at some point, we reach a very exposed, open area, kind of like a dead zone. And, we start crossing it as safely as possible, but we're in Gaza. Nothing's safe, right? And before you know it, 1 second I'm covering for my friends with my rifle, and the second later we get ambushed by a group of terrorists. A friend of mine, Uriah Yaakov, may he rest in peace, he got hit by an anti-tank missile in his stomach directly. He was 3 meters from me, and in a second, it was pure chaos. He died on the spot, and me and another three guys were injured badly. We were full of shrapnel pieces and shock. And I find myself in a scenario I never imagined. I'm laying on the floor, my ears are ringing, smoke everywhere, adrenaline was crazy. I see pieces of my friend in front of my eyes, and I'm conscious, and I feel like my body's on fire. And at the moment, my brain is giving me a signal to get up, but I couldn't. Physically, I couldn't get up. Now, what happened was I got shrapnel pieces in my left leg, in my lower stomach, in my left arm. Yeah, here, show the picture. Yeah, that's my leg. That was my leg, and that's still after surgery. Um, so my lower stomach and my left arm, it was bad. It was bad, and it's interesting what a guy like me, 21-year-old, thinks at a moment of life or death. And just to share with you guys who was watching this, I mean, I don't know if I would live or die. So at the moment, I'm hopeless. I'm screaming for help, and while I'm screaming for help, I'm thinking about life. And the first thing I thought about was my parents and my family. And I
Hmm.
thought about what would it do to my family if I don't come back home? What would that do to them? And just that thought that crossed my mind, it gave me the strength to stay mentally in the scenario because
Wow.
trust me, you want to close your eyes and stay, good. Enough. Enough is enough. So it gave me strength. And the
Wow.
second thing I thought about was
Well, I want to reflect on
how,
that. So the first thing is you thought to
yeah,
yourself is I what would it be like if I didn't come back for my family? What would that be like?
yeah, what would it do to them? What would it do to them? And that gave me strength. I knew there was no way. There was no way I ain't coming back home. Not for me, for my parents, for my family, for my close friends. Um, and the second thing was like, wow, I'm 21 years old. I just finished high school, drafted to the army. I don't got family. I don't got kids. I didn't do an Ironman. I didn't climb the Everest. Like, what mark did I leave in this world? And that's
Mm,
what I'm thinking to myself at this moment. Like, really, fus, like missing out. It's a tough thoughts. I'm telling you, tough thoughts. And eventually, crazy story in this story was that the guy who saved my life on the spot was a friend of mine who was injured. He was injured. He had 100 shrapnel pieces in his body. And I don't know where he got the courage from. His name is Mayan Mula. This is like, we're walking among heroes. And this guy somehow got up, fought back, came up to me, stopped me from bleeding to death, got me in a stretcher. And
what did
only
he?
after,
Wait, what do you mean? But he stopped you from bleeding to this. What do you mean by that?
well, you can see also here, I'll show you guys. This is live. You see that? That was my arm. My arm
Mhm.
was bleeding out, my leg, my stomach. So he put bandages. He put a bandage on my stomach. He put a tourniquet. Tourniquet is what stops the bleeding. He put that on my left leg, and he put a tourniquet on my arm.
Wow. So he took care of
So he
business, huh?
he literally saved my life, as
Wow.
as real as it gets. And then I remember like it was yesterday. I remember him screaming, "Guys, we got first guy. Mendel's on the stretcher. Get him up," like that. And obviously I was, I'm conscious throughout this whole scenario,
Wow. Totally conscious?
totally conscious,
Oh
totally
my gosh.
conscious.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't see what happened to him. I was in my own scenario, but apparently my friend Mayan Mula, he only accepted to be evacuated when we were rescued and safe.
Amazing.
And just fasting forward, today, Mayan Mula, my hero, he is more injured than me, and he's still, going on crutches. Now
Hmm.
he's one of the most impressive people I've met on the planet Earth, and I have no doubt he's going to be back walking. He's going to be doing amazing things. He already is, but he's more injured than me.
Wow. Look
And
at
I
this
guess
picture.
yeah.
Look at that picture. That is not a tasty picture. It's hard
Now
to
this
look
is
at.
this is also, I remember, this is
Right.
after surgery. This is
Right.
after we have. I mean, let's talk about Sheba Tel HaShomer, the hospital.
Yeah.
They are incredible. 99% of soldiers coming in alive stay alive. I mean, I'm talking about they are building us, they're just building us back together. That's
Oh
what's
my
happened
gosh.
from this war.
Everybody knows that Sheba right now is the top place, and everybody, so many people from America that come and visit, they just go to Sheba to spend time with injured soldiers. I know the rabbi of Sheba, and it's just
It's incredible.
it's what they're doing there is incredible. And by the way, they recognized that they were able to help you, but that you also have a talent for speaking, and they sent you around to speak, and that's what you've been doing. And I
Yeah.
think that's amazing. I want anybody who would consider having you speak in their communities should reach out. And you can definitely write me an email, yishai@yishaifleischer.com, and just put in the words Mendel Vile if you want Mendel to come to your congregation and have him speak. You're actually going out on a speaking tour yourself pretty soon, am I right?
I'm starting October 1st. I'm going on, whole speaking tour all over the US. I'm not
Wow.
going with an organization, no manager. I'm a one man, just going after it. I realized how meaningful it was for the people, hearing it, and for myself. And honestly, it's just a privilege. I mean, I'm very blessed, to be going around the world, meeting Jews all over, inspiring them, strengthening them, connecting them to what's happening here in Israel
Jews
and what
and
us
and
21-year-olds are
lovers
going through.
and lovers of Israel. Don't forget, there's a lot of those as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Who's this gal next to you here?
Which one? Oh, that's my sister on that picture.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't look so happy over there, but yeah.
Well, you got the thumbs up. What's this? Why do you have an arrow on your leg there?
Oh, that's to mark, when they do surgery. So it's options, they were trying to moving nerves that, like I said, they're building us back together. So they take a
Uh-huh.
nerve from there and they take a skin from there and put it there, and they take a piece of bone from there, and it's absolutely incredible. So that was a mark. So they, remember which leg.
Tell me about this
Um,
picture. What's going on here? Tell me about
well,
this iconic photo here.
First
Tell
of
me about.
all, I'm in a diaper. So it's
Yes, you're in a
pretty,
diaper.
I haven't been in a diaper for probably 20, I don't know, 20 years. So it's been a while. It's been a while. I never thought I would get back to it, at least not at age 21. But you know, it's I'll tell you what, in the picture you see a balloon that I got, number
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
right? And you see me kind of flexing over there with my arm. And honestly, just to kind of put out there, that's right there, that's the mentality that got me through the whole recovery. Because just to put out there, because I don't know if you guys understand the severeness of the injury, but my starting point when I was at the hospital was that I couldn't walk on my feet, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. I was learning the most basic stuff of
Ah,
life from the beginning, right? Now you need to get through that. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in God. You need to believe. You need to stay positive. It's a lot. So, thank God, and
and your
I was
family,
able.
am I right? And your family
Oh,
was
for sure, for sure, for sure.
unbelievable.
We Yishai, we talked about at the beginning. I was raised in a certain way. Obviously, where'd that come from? It came from my parents, Shlomo and Rena Shoshana. Couldn't ask for a better family and parents. Let's put it that way.
Mendel
Love you
Vile,
guys.
that
Yeah,
is a beautiful picture of yourself recovering. Let's also remember those who fell alongside you. Remind me the name of your buddy who
yeah.
did not make it,
Uriah Yaakov.
Uriah Yaakov.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
actually, I didn't say, but Uriah Yaakov took the shot for us. I mean, it hit him directly.
Mhm.
So I can tell you right now, me and my boys, we're alive because of him. There's no question about it. There's no question about it.
Okay, Mendel Vile, this is thank you for giving us just a taste of what Israeli heroism is about. You came to the land of Israel. You still speak English.
All right.
You were a soldier in the fighting combat engineers. Um, Almost killed in Gaza, fighting your way back, and then continuing the heroism by sharing it with others. And we wish you great success on your speaking tour to give people that strength. And we saw that strength with the killing, the elimination of Hassan Nasrallah. It is the continuing, ever flowing strength of the Jewish people, and you represent that. So I want to thank you, just like Gladys says, thank you, God, for the brave warriors in the IDF. Thank you so much for being with us, and we salute you and have a continued refuah shlema, you and your mates. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Let's stay
There's a lot of
strong.
good people here. You know that, Mendel? A lot of good people here from all over the world that just really feel that fight and they feel that pride and they want to be part of the story. And
I'm sure.
the story that you
You
shared
can
with
feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it.
Mendel Vile. Toda rabba. God bless you. And see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! That is some intense stuff. Just seeing those pictures, just the body parts being put back together and realizing that some you could not put back together, and what the sacrifice of these young men and women is, and the fight for a Jewish Israel is a fight for identity. It's a fight for God. It's a fight for our land, and it's a fight that's very physical, it's spiritual. And these young boys with their great spirit and their bodies put it on the line to continue the fight for this land. It is real. It's real. It's not imaginary. It's not just a dream. If you will, it is no dream. That is Herzl's famous line, but it's really happening in our time. And thank God that we've seen a little bit of that, not a little bit, a lot of that spirit return to the Jewish people. And what a year, what a difference a year has made.